Hi Aries, welcome to Spiritualista. This is your weekly energy forecast from the 22nd until the 28th of September. If you'd like a personalized deep dive reading, the link to my Etsy shop is below. I hope you enjoyed this new format. This is a face video. It's like a half and half face video. I'm going to start off like this. We're going to lay out the cards and then I'm going to go to a top-down view so that you can see the spread, because I just got this really beautiful deck here. It's the same as the Rider-Waite-Smith, but it's in pink. So we're gonna get right to it and see what the universe has for you this week. So let's see here, a little shuffle, and let's tune into Aries. So Aries from the 22nd until the 28th of September. Let's see here, Aries, please. Please tap into Aries energy, highest possible source, from the 22nd until the 28th of September. Oh, there we have the first card already. Okay, what is that? That is strength. All right, so strength is your first main card. This is your present moment card. Let's put it down here. And crossing you, we have the Tower as your challenge. Well, that's most definitely a challenge right there. That makes perfect sense. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles as your crowning card. And below you, we have the Three of Cups. And then we have here the Hangman in your recent past. And in your near future, we have the Seven of Swords. And then let's see here. So for your suggested approach, we have the Four of Cups. And then we have your hopes and fears. The High Priestess. Oh my goodness, sorry. I always mix them up. So this is what you need to know, or your surrounding energy. So what's around you? The High Priestess. Lots of intuition there. And now your hopes and fears. So here we have the Six of Pentacles. And then we do have your potential future here. Nice, it's sweet. So the Six of Cups. Okay, and then let's see the bottom here. The Page of Cups. Wait. Didn't I just show you the Page of Cups? I think I did right in the beginning when I was showing you the deck. So definitely wanted to come out this one here. So very romantic. Might be that there's someone new coming in for you guys here. Actually, this is an innocent card. This is a very sweet, like very tender card. So there might be definitely someone new coming in. Someone that is maybe a little bit of a younger energy. Doesn't mean that they're literally like young in age, but it could be also young in the sense, like young within, like could be a little bit of immaturity, but could also just be a little bit of shyness, a little bit of not really knowing how to handle things. So let's get right to it, and I'm gonna show you the cards. So let's start with your present moment. I love that you got strength, especially as an Aries. I think it's really important to point out that strength here. A lot of people assume that it's about force, like brute force. I see this card more like a subtle strength. It's more like a courage, right? So for you, it's especially important to say this because you're naturally prone to be more like pushing, to charging and just being very productive and doing things. So this is more a card about a softer sort of power, right? And just having restraint and mastering yourself and mastering your power and harnessing that. So that's you in the present moment. You're in this moment when you're realizing that taming this lion here is about building trust with it, instead of just being overpowering. So it shows me that you're in a place where you're learning how to hold your fire in a more balanced way here. And you still feel a lot of passion, right? And you're still very intense. But you're practicing channeling that instead of just letting it control you here. So I see it as you're in a state and in this season right now where you're just developing your emotional muscles here and learning patience and learning how to respond instead of being reactive. And this is a very personal card because it's about the inner battles here instead of the outer ones. So might be that you're wrestling with fear, and that you're holding yourself with grace at the same time, even though you feel this fear. It could be doubt, could be a little bit of anger here, but you're still very stable in all of that. Even if things feel chaotic, you're not showing it outwardly right now. And you're just, you're holding yourself. And you're having a lot of compassion while you're navigating this. So this is good to see here in the present. And then you have your challenge here with the Tower. Like I said, it makes a lot of sense to have the Tower as a challenge, because this is the shakeup, right? We've talked about the Tower several times before. So the Tower is all about a very unexpected change, right? So it's that moment when the universe tells you that there's a structure here in your life that just doesn't hold anymore. So it simply just has to come down. And likely with the Tower, it's something that you've been holding on to for quite a bit of a time. And you've been holding on and holding on and holding on, even though you know that it's not beneficial to you. So now you're at this point where the universe is sort of like ripping the carpet from underneath you. And that's when this happens here. And this is very intense. So there's definitely something crumbling right now in your structure, in your life. And yeah, for sure, like, this is a very interesting tension, because while strength here is really calm and controlled, like, and cool and steady and collected, the Tower is very disruptive, right? It's very sudden. Like, there's no control here at all. So together they show me that, yeah, you're being tested right now. And there's something in your world, could be external, like could be your job, and could be also in your relationships here. But definitely there's a situation here that is shifting in a way that you can't really prepare for here with the Tower. But since strength here is in your present moment, that's good, because that tells me that you can handle it. That's for sure, you can handle it. And you do have the resilience to just ride this out. So this here is just a catalyst for you that you have to see in order to reveal how strong you've truly become here. So this is a very interesting contrast for you guys. And yeah, it tells me that you've been practicing a lot of patience here and self-control. And you have to keep that. You have to keep that center while everything around you is very, very shaky. So, and that's how you're going to be able to navigate through this. So definitely there's a big transformation going on for you guys here at a soul level. And the Tower is just sort of removing what doesn't fit your growth anymore, as it does. But as always, it feels very, very destabilizing. And strength here is the reminder that you don't have to cling to it. You don't have to panic. And just be calm, just have your calm presence, and that's going to be enough. There's no need to fight it. So definitely it could be lots of things. It could be that there's a truth that you recently found out about that's just sort of like forcing you to see a lot of things differently here, and that it's just collapsing. There's something like a plan, something in your life, a career choice, a family bond, a relationship connection that's just, yeah, it's crumbling here, so that something more solid, like a better foundation, can be built instead of that. So, and it could be emotional too. Definitely, it could be an emotional eruption too. It could be yours or someone else's here, where the challenge is to meet it with grace instead of just letting it drag you into this chaos here. So yeah, this is all about you staying in your power, but just doing so very gracefully while everything is rattling around you. So your task here is to not try to control this Tower, but just to control your response to the Tower, rather. And that's where your real strength is going to be here. And that's how you're being tested right now. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles here as your crowning. So very, very good card to have here. Like, that's your new potential. That's something that wants to be planted in your life right now. So it's very practical with the Pentacles. Like, it's something grounded, as it's an earth element. So it's something, yeah, it's something tangible. Likely, like, it's the beginning of something that you can actually, like, hold in your hands. It could be a thing, right? Something that you're getting right now, something that you're buying, or something that you're creating, you're making, you're putting into manifestation, into the real world. And since it's in your crowning position, it shows me that this is where your conscious focus is right now. So you might be thinking a lot about stability and just like fresh opportunities that lead you to security here. And this could be also about your career and your finances, since it's Pentacles. But sometimes it could be about your health, like you're even in relationships where you're craving something more solid here and more like long lasting for you. And this shows up when you're ready to build a new foundation that's sustainable, and that feels real. So I think you're asking yourself what you can invest in right now that's going to grow long term for you, and what feels worthy of your energy and commitment here with this card. So there's this very hopeful energy here. That's good. And this is a card all about what can emerge because of this shakeup here with the Tower. And it's like your mind already knows that if something ends here, it will clear the way for something new to begin and something better to begin here. And then with the foundation, the Three of Cups, at your base, this is your root, right? This is what's unconsciously driving you beneath everything here. So this card is about friendships. Like, it's about community, it's about happiness, it's about having emotional support, having, like, being backed up by the people surrounding you in your life and having that support. So this tells me that at your core, you're not meant to be walking this alone here. And you have to lean into this. Like, you need to do that. You need to be with connections that celebrate you, that are uplifting to you, and like that remind you that life isn't just about survival and work. You don't have to be proving yourself and being productive and just doing that for others, but it's about having fun, and it's about establishing soul connections here. So it could be about close friends, like close friends could be about family too. But whatever it is, it's the base that keeps you grounded while everything else here shifts. So even if your external world feels really uncertain, there's a reminder here that you're held by this, and you're held by these people and these connections, and they're bringing you lots of happiness and peace. So very good foundation to have here. And then how they work together, yeah, like you're building something for sure that's solid and lasting here, and you're waiting for this new beginning to feel more safe and stable for you. And underneath, you know that like this won't be able to grow here without this nourishment here and without this connection here. So yeah, you have to ask yourself if you're building something that's just practical or something that's practical and also emotionally fulfilling to you here. And then you have the Hanged Man in the recent past, and this is like, wow. For an Aries, this card, like, it's not the best, right? I mean, you wouldn't assume that it is. It's all about pause, like it's about surrender. So in the recent past, you might have felt like things weren't really moving forward in a way that you wanted them to. And likely you were in this sort of limbo state here, just kind of feeling like your life sort of forced you to be on hold. But this is all about new perspectives here, and that's what this pause brings. So it's when you're forced to look at things upside down, like he is here, that you realize that it's about shifting how you see things and how you interpret things. So for you that loves movement and just momentum, this energy can feel really frustrating because, yeah, you want to move, you want to get things done, right? But then the gift here is that it's preparing you for change. And it's showing you that sometimes like doing nothing, or at least not pushing, is exactly what opens the door to that insight. So yeah, there's been this moment here recently for you that you had to let go, like you had to release and let go of control here so that you can see things differently. And that was necessary for you. And it slowed you down so that you wouldn't just react impulsively when this Tower energy here came in. And in the near future with the Seven of Swords, so this is a card of like discretion and like secrecy. It's not necessarily negative, but yeah, it could be like about strategy, for example. But it's more about how you handle your moves. So after this pause here and this perspective, you're about to step into more action here, but it won't be really loud or like super obvious because it's going to be about moving, but moving smart, right? And you have to protect your ideas here and just don't reveal your whole hand. Like that's what I'm getting from this one. So just keep your plans to yourself until they're solid. That's what I'm getting here. Like don't get the evil eye, on your plans. Don't go sharing them to everyone because not everyone might have your best intentions here. And just be discreet, Just, I think that you're navigating around someone that might not have your best interest at heart here. And that's what I'm getting from this. So just, you can handle that, but just handle that very subtly and just like don't broadcast your every move here. And that's going to leave you in a better position with this specific dynamic here. So just, yeah, for sure, just keep things to yourself as long as you can until they're materialized, and then you can openly share them. That's what I'm getting for sure, very strongly for you guys here. And then this shadow form, like this card can also show deception and avoidance here. So you might need to be mindful of whether someone around you is withholding information as well, or whether you're tempted to sidestep a truth rather than confront it directly here. And so Hanged Man and Seven of Swords, like, it's a very interesting story because first you're put here in this position of pause where you just had to surrender control and see things differently. And now you're being asked to use that new perspective here, but use it wisely because you've gained the clarity here, but just don't rush in, just move with awareness and just move with strategy here. and just make sure to protect your energy while you do so. So yeah, this past is all about learning patience here and perspective, and the future is about learning discretion and just how to act smart, you know? And then we have the rest here at the spread. So we're going to begin here with the Four of Cups. So this is your advice card from the universe, and this is like, it's all about discernment. It's all about, like, I think you might be feeling a little bit flat right now, and you're just like kind of unimpressed with what's being offered to you right now. So it's like you have an offer on the table here, but you're just not in it, you know? You're just like blasé, right? So the lesson here is not to grab the first option just because it's there, you know? And just slow down. Just slow down and ask yourself if it actually nourishes you, or if you're just taking it because you don't want to wait. Because sometimes the universe holds something better just out of sight. And that, like with the Four of Cups here, it's a reminder to pause just long enough so that you can see that and discern that. And speaking of discernment with the High Priestess here, yeah, it's a very mystical card. It's one of my favorite cards, the High Priestess, because it's all about things that are beneath the surface, right? So not everything is visible here, and not everything is meant to be spoken, like we said here with the Sevens. So it's all about secrets, it's about intuition. They're all at play here for you. So there's definitely some hidden truths going on here. Like, especially with these two together, wow. So what you need to know, like, yeah, is that your best bet this week? It's your intuition, like straight up. If something feels off, just trust it, you know. And if a situation seems really unclear, just don't force it open. Just let the truth sort of reveal itself as it does, and it's gonna do so in its own timing. Because she's the keeper of mysteries, you know, and she's reminding you that silence and inner listening is the thing that's gonna guide you through this and through this noise here with the Tower energy. And then we have the Six of Pentacles in your hopes and fears. So yeah, this is about balance, right? This card is about equal give and take. So on one hand, you really hope for fairness in your relationships and like in this general like energy flow around you that is balanced. So you want to be in situations where there's generosity here and where it goes both ways, and where what you give is actually also returned to you, of course. And that's also what you're scared of here. So it shows me a fear of imbalance for you guys, where you're really scared of being taken advantage of, and you're scared of giving more than you receive, which is good that you have those boundaries and that you're aware of that, and that you're not just pouring out, but you're actually questioning if it's being equal and if it's being balanced for you. So for sure, I think that this tension is going to be something that's going to be coming up for you this week. And especially if someone around you hasn't been meeting you halfway here, then you're going to be having this experience here. And with the potential future with the Six of Cups. So yeah, this is all about like nostalgia, and it's like sweet. It's a very sweet card. It's a very tender card. And usually it points to the past, right? It's like an emotional return. It could be a physical return. It could also be like a memory, right? A person that you've been thinking about from your past here. And it could be someone resurfacing too. Someone that's coming back into your life here. So, but it's also about reconnecting with happiness in its more pure form here. It's like childlike wonder, like these little kids here. And just experiencing this like more simple innocence. So after this shakeup here, this future here feels really nice, like really calm, and it's good for you. Like it's a little bit of a rest here. And it tells me that what's ahead is way sweeter and more soft and it also like emotionally fulfilling for you than what's fallen away here, which I do believe is also connected to this imbalance here. So this is going to be something from the past, and you're going to be receiving more. You're going to be experiencing some nice things here. So that's what I see. So this is a really good week. This is a very hopeful week for you guys. And then we have the bottom here with the Page of Cups. Like I said, like it came out first when I revealed the deck, and then it came out again at the bottom. So Page of Cups, like this is curiosity, like this is tenderness, and yeah, it's like it's the beginning of something. It's like emotional openness here. So it could be a message here. It could be like an apology here. And like I said before, it could be someone younger. It could be like a younger, more like flirty energy that's coming in, or just simply the reminder that life is always inviting you to discover this wonder here. So it tells me that you have to stay open and you have to stay playful. And just don't let the heaviness of this really big change here harden you and harden your heart. So yeah, tying it all together, like you're standing here in strength, like you're steadying yourself, while this tower here is just like shaking up your old structures. And on your mind here, you want to plant a new beginning that's real and lasting. And at your root, you've got the joy and support here of your friendships and your communities here, just stabilizing you in this and bringing you peace. And you've recently been in this suspended, like this phase here of the Hanged Man, just like forced to pause and just gaining perspective. And now you're stepping into the Seven of Swords, where you're going to need to be strategic and thoughtful. And you're going to have to be really protective here of your next moves and what you say. And so your approach this week is to, resist settling. Resist settling here with the Four of Cups. Just hold out for what feels right. And then your intuition here is going to be everything for sure with the High Priestess. And she has your back, but just like listen to your intuition. Just make sure to do that. And then she's going to be supportive as an energy for you. And you're hoping for fairness. Again, all about having your boundaries here. All about having balance in your exchanges here. And you're also fearing that you're giving a little bit too much, which is valid. I mean, you should be questioning that, especially if it's true and if you are. And you can claim to... You can claim your things too, you know. You can actually ask for more too. So be brave to do that. And so, and then we have, I was going to say the Page of Cups. No. So we have the Six of Pentacles here. Oh my goodness, I'm so confused right now. No, we have the Six of Cups here. So that's all about nostalgia. It's all about memories. It's all about sweetness. It's about you rediscovering yourself. You're going back to your inner child. You're doing your healing. You're strengthening your bonds with your past here. Really sweet card. And like I said, with these two especially, there might be someone from the past coming in, but I feel that it's a really good energy. It's a really sweet, nice energy to have around you. So it's going to be something innocent. It's going to be something sweet. It's going to be something really nice here, and that you're going to be open to receive. So that's good. And it's all about this week. Like, it's about navigating change with grace, right? It's grace. And this situation here might shake you, but it's clearing the way for something that's real and something that's better for you. And the cards are asking you to move with patience and strategy here and to use your intuition. And on the other side of this, you're going to find this reconnection here and these new emotional beginnings. And that's all I have for you today, Aries. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this reading resonated, and if so, please give it a like and let me know in the comments below which part you liked the most and which part you felt like resonated the most with you guys. And don't forget to subscribe for your weekly energy forecasts. Okay, bye!